All right, in this martial arts class, live martial arts class, Luke and I are going to show you how to do some of your Siniwali drills with a partner. So Kali martial arts, Siniwali drills. I'm going to show Luke first in the bag what I want him to practice so that he can get closer to where I need him to be as a good partner for me. So I'm going to show him first in the bag, that first one, which starts chambered, and I'm going to come 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, just crossing over that basic heaven pattern. He's going to use this bag right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and he knows it, so I'm going to have him get started. And while he gets started, I'm going to add something to him and to you for your training so you can get better, and that's the basic footwork. All right, Luke, every time you step with the right hand strikes, and then the left hand strikes. So when you come in at first strike, step in right, and second left when you come in with the left. Good, and I want you to start moving a little bit. You can't just stand and do this. This is a good place to start. Don't worry, if this is where you are, it's your first time, and your feet are planted like a tree on the ground that's about to get mowed over, then don't move your feet. But if you've been doing this for a while, you must step with that first strike step. We call that a triangle strike, or triangle step, because you're stepping along that line. When you're coming right, and see what it does to my body? If I'm here, look how big I am, wide open. All of my organs, all of my vital spots are open. I want to close that off by stepping when I come in for the strike. That also is going to give you more distance. You're going to get there sooner, and you're going to get there a lot faster. Now that he's done that a little bit, I'm going to show you the second part of this drill. He's going to stand here. I'm going to hold my sticks in that same triangle I just showed you. I'm going to hold for him right here about chest high. And here's a quick tip. If your partner is a beginner and they're I don't know the right word, the nice word. They're a nervous beginner and they're going to smack your fingers, or you're worried about that, push it far away from you. That way if they over-rotate or they over-strike, they're not smashing you in the face. This is true for all martial arts. You hold targets or pads or mitts, and you've got a partner who's a beginner. They don't know their strength yet. They don't know their proper distance for whatever reason. Maybe they're not an athlete. Luke's an athlete, so he gets it pretty fast. Push it out. But you're going to hold it like this. That V, they're touching on the bottom, by the way. I'm going to get a firm grip. This is going to help me strengthen my grip while he gets a workout. So we're both working out. He's going to go through that basic 1, 2, 3. And he got it without me even telling him to step in with his feet, step with the right, step with the left, and freeze. Don't move. I want to show them this. This is a habit. This is what I want you to watch for. He does this. Other people will put the finger up. So he puts his thumb there, but think about this. He hits something really hard, and that comes back viciously. That's going to break right there. I've seen that. That happens. He does it here. This is what's more common. He puts his finger there. That comes back really fast. Something's going to give, and it's probably going to be a bone. So make sure your thumb and your finger are down. In the Japanese style, it's just the first 3 fingers that grip anyway. So I'm used to doing the Japanese style, which is just these 3 fingers. On the Kali, get those other fingers down and out of the way. Learn how to be flexible. It's another reason you don't want your hand open when you spin. Learn how to increase the flexibility. Keep those fingers tight. So back to this drill. I hold for him. He goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 1. And there's a little bit of a pause between sides. He's pretty good at it so far. Hold for me for a second. What I want you to try to do is when you go, hold him up a little bit so I can see it, is I want you to, without losing this nice chambered position, try to get rid of that 1, 2, 3, pause, 1, 2, 3, pause. That's just a bad habit. That's okay, if it's where you are now, but think about the time between the first side of the body, the first 3 strikes, the second 3 strikes, get that closer. So try to get that a little bit closer. That's all right, keep going. If you already knew how to do it, we wouldn't have to learn it, right? Don't be afraid to make a mistake. Please, make as many mistakes as possible. That shows that you're growing. If you're avoiding mistakes, it means that you, what we call that fixed mindset. You don't have that growth mindset. I can't do it yet. I won't give up. I'll never quit. Now, the next thing you're gonna do, once you put those together, you've both done the V. I did this just to show you. Do it like that, keep your shoulders down. Then you're gonna chamber, make eye contact. It's all about the eye contact. Make eye contact, we're gonna go 1, step, step, good. Left foot, right foot, left. And once you get this, start to circle, there it is, all the way around in one direction. Don't worry about footwork too much at the beginning, but then come back the other way. That's a new level. You just leveled up. 1, 2, 3. Go to one direction all the way, full circle. Back up a little bit. We get lost. We just start from the beginning. Go back the other way. 1, 2, 3. And freeze. Now, we've got the camera a little high, so our shoulders are up. Make sure you keep your shoulders down. Now that he got the first pattern, I want him to do the second pattern, which will be up and then down, up, up, down. So I'm gonna show him on the bag, show you on the bag. You're here, right foot, left, right, left. He knows how to do it. Go ahead and get started, show him that. And we're gonna watch and see how, good, keep going. No, second, start over. Second strike is down. There it is. Get the footwork in. And I want you to see how well he's chambering to his shoulder, how well he's putting his sticks up. Now switch your feet. Good. I'm asking him to do a lot of things at once. I want you to do a lot of things at once because you're not a brand new beginner. Now you're a novice. You get to tell people I'm a practitioner. I practice a lot. 1, 2. I'm always a practitioner. I'll never master it because I have so much more that I learn. Every time I learn things, I get to this level, it's like climbing a mountain. And I've done lots of that. You climb the mountain, and you look up, and you're like, oh, I'm not there yet. And I thought I could go this way, but I can't. I need to go that way for a while and then go back up. Remember that. Climb this mountain of martial arts. When you get to a new height, or you get up here, you realize there might be a valley over there. You're gonna have to cross the valley. You're gonna go down and up again. Or maybe you have to go to the left, to the right, or what you see is not what you thought you saw from down there. There's always something more to learn. All right, he's got that. Now, we're not doing this V. That's only for the first one. We're gonna go right into 1, down, up. That second pattern, but I want you to switch your feet. Good, step in, right foot, left. Now, I'm the stronger practitioner here, so I'm gonna tell him if I see that he's not stepping with the right foot or the left, I'm gonna call it out. So we go right, left, right, until he gets it, then I'll have to call it. After I do this for about 30 seconds, then I want you to start to rotate around each other. You'll naturally see when you bring your left forward and your right forward, that side of your body is gonna turn when you make those circles. All right, now, the last pattern, and this one adds 1 strike. It's still 3, but it's 3 moves, but it's a second strike after that first strike. So I'm gonna step in, I'm chambered, 1, 2. That's the same as the last one. That's the same as the first one. And then I'm up, down, and let's get it on the bag. Up, down. And this is really important now that you're switching your feet because your whole body's gonna turn to stay behind your sticks. Always fight from behind your sticks. Fight from behind your weapon or your guard. Go ahead and get started on that one. We'll let him do that, we'll watch. Good, and he's developed a really good habit of coming back to his chambered position. And I'll tell you, he'll tell you, he didn't get there overnight. It's been weeks and weeks, but he's there now. And what does that mean? 2 things. One, if you already know how to do it, what are you doing watching, right? Unless you want to find why someone else is doing it wrong. If that's you, get out of here, man. That's a lousy life to live. There are a lot of people out there, they just want to find a reason why somebody else is doing something wrong, but get out of their way. If somebody's doing something and you want to criticize it, keep your mouth shut. Go tell somebody else. You can snicker and laugh while that other guy's learning and growing. Second thing, he has to let his brain and his body come together. You have to let your brain and your body come together, and that takes a little bit of time. This is a complex move. We want this complexity to create new neural pathways in the brain so you get smarter, but also to learn how to fight in ways that not only looks super cool. By the way, you ever seen those Taken movies? Taken, there was a really cool movie with Benicio del Toro and Tommy Lee Jones. Anybody remember that? No? There was the Jeff Speakman Perfect Weapon, but those are, Jason the Bourne series, the original ones with Matt Damon. And they're out there and they're doing all this hand-to-hand, really cool stuff, and you look at that and you're like, man, I want to learn how to fight like that. Guess what? It all comes from this. That's what this is. That stuff, all this stuff, and he picks up, now he rolls up the newspaper, and then he's got a water bottle, or he's using a bottle, but he's doing open hand, he's fighting stuff. The hubad, lubad, that all comes from this. Fighting with the knives, that's the Benicio del Toro movie. Man, I wish I could think of that. It was such a great movie. I've watched that 1,000 times. I can never think of the name of movies, though, when I'm talking to you. But now he's got that. Let's put it together. You know what I'm talking about?
Not the last one you mentioned.
He's too young. All right, so we come up in the movie. He even makes his own knife. And Tommy Lee Jones is the teacher, and he's a survivalist, and the guy's like a special forces Green Beret, probably on an A team, a Delta, CAG, if you know what CAG is, you know what I'm talking about. And teaches him how to do this kind of fighting, right? Let's back up so they can see it. Back up over here. Yeah. Try not to move the camera and make you sick. So we're here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Now, you'll notice we're not hitting every single time, and that's super important. I want you to know why that's important, that you don't have to hit. I don't want him to try to hit my stick. I don't want you to go for the stick. Think about it. If their stick's over here, now I'm wide open, right? You want this stick here. If their stick doesn't quite make it, but your stick takes their face off or slices through their head for self-defense, then that's what you want. Don't make it it's a super bad habit to try to hit stick to stick, because then you start looking at the stick and you're not looking at the eyes. When you look at the eyes, you see the whole body, you see the horizon, your brain figures out where you are in space and time. It's all about that peripheral vision, gives you a good understanding of where you are. And some people will say, no, look there. You know why they say that? They say, look there when you fight somebody. And that's because they're afraid to make eye contact, because they think the other person's gonna wig them out with their intensity. Learn how to deal with someone else's intensity. I can't use the words here, don't wilt from somebody's intensity. Learn how to look them in the eyes, right? It's like competitive sports. Luke likes to play basketball. Same thing, man. It's not about intimidation, it's about intent. My intention is to slice you right here. But if you start looking at my stick, your eyes are over there. I'm gonna use that because I know what I'm doing. Remember, I'm the senior practitioner here. I'm gonna pull you out and bam, right down the middle. All right, anyway, back to this drill. We're up and down, up and down. Then I want you to put them all together. Start with the first one we call the heaven. Go here, 2, 3. Remember your foot, right foot, left foot, right, get your thumb out of the way, left, right, left, and then go down. Yes. 1, heaven and earth, 2, 1. The last one we call high-low 6, high, low. 1, you're up here, 2, good. And I can wait for him. Start over, and when you get lost, come in a little bit. Start over from the beginning. Always go back to what you're familiar with. If you had a map and I said, hey, go down to the store, and you're not from this area, but I give you the map or you have it on your phone, well, the phone doesn't really work because then it figure out where you are, right? But let's say you have a map, the old school, and you get lost, you're looking around, you don't know where you are, but you see my building, and you're like, oh, go back to my building. Start from there, and then you'll get where you're going. Same thing's true with martial arts, especially something like this. Start here, 1. You get lost, always come back to the beginning. Once you get it, move forward a little bit. 1, 2, 3. Right foot, left foot. Good, and he's about where he should be. Then we're gonna go back to heaven, and we're gonna go up and down, and I'm gonna call it. After a while, you're not gonna have to call it. I'll just be here like this, and he'll naturally see me going with the stick down, and because he's making eye contact and he sees the whole picture, and he's not stuck by looking at my sticks, he'll naturally, his hand will start to go before he even thinks about it. And then he'll be in the right spot. Same thing is true for the third one. That's how you want to practice. You want to spend at least 30 seconds here, and then 30 seconds here, and then you go into the third one. 1, 2, 3, and then you start to circle each other, and then you move forward. And that means one guy's backing up, and then the other guy's backing forward. And then you'll see these in demonstration. The guy goes down on his knees, then he goes on his back, and then they're using machetes, and they got the goggles on, because those things give off sparks. And then it looks like, it's amazing to watch. But like everything else, just like the stuff in the movies, it's all basics. If you learn how to do this, thumbs, get your thumbs out of the way, do that super well with intensity and focus. You can put a couple of machetes in your hand, but then you put the goggles on so that the spark with that's a piece of metal coming off, doesn't stick in your eyeball. And don't try that. Don't try that with somebody who doesn't know what they're doing. No machetes, right? And you start to do that with your partner, and then you can do that. Maybe you're a Star Wars fan, and you do it with the dual-bladed lightsabers, and then all of a sudden you know how to duel, and you can get up on stage and maybe give a demonstration, whatever it is. Doesn't matter, but do something about it, right? Let me know in the comments section if this was helpful, what you found helpful about it, what you didn't like about it, because I want to know that too. And check out these other videos. I'm going to put them up to learn how to do this college stuff better. I'll see you on the next video.